Hey guys, I am recording. This is gonna be super, super low key. So like, Avi, my hair is a disaster. Got the baby, so hopefully he will cooperate. He's quiet for now, so I'm just gonna roll through and hopefully he doesn't start crying while we're in the middle of this. But number one, I'm so excited to be here. I seriously miss seeing you guys all the time and just seeing all your pretty faces. So I'm glad that we're doing these. I promise, I'm getting back on track with being super active in the team page and like on these calls and everything. It's just like taking me a while to adjust. So thank you for giving me the time that I need to like figure this all out again, because honestly, I'm like relearning how to just work leadership aspects of this business back into my life, let alone like working my own business back into my life. So it's a process. But what I want you guys to know, and hopefully what I'm showing you through all of this, is number one, give yourself grace. Number two, give yourself the time that you need. And number three, this is going to happen so many more times. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had to reevaluate my business with my life and figure out new ways to work around this. Like when I was working full time, the way that I worked my business looks a lot different than I work now, you know? And when I quit my job, it looked a lot different than when I was working. And let's be super clear, it looks a lot different now than it did when I very first quit my job, you know? So just know that that's going to happen and expect it and be okay with that. Oh my God, tell them to go away. Just expect that and just be ready to roll with the punches. And like, honestly, I didn't talk too much about this because it was just Nat and Jamie and I on our last Zoom. But life is crazy and life is never going to slow down. And the beauty of this business is that we get to work it around whatever our schedules are. And if you're not working your business, then like that's on you and you need to have a conversation with yourself. You know what I mean? And if your life is crazy busy, just know that that's the case and it's not going to slow down. So like, what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? And I've had to just have that conversation with myself personally, especially over the last couple of weeks. Like, okay, I needed a couple days, obviously, because I just pushed a freaking baby out of me. But like after that, how am I going to work this in? How am I going to figure out, again, just how to do life in this business? So don't use your why as your excuse, and just make sure that you are holding yourself accountable. And that kind of just goes into my first reminder of tonight, is the accountability chat. So I have no expectations for this chat. It's mainly like there for you if you decide to use it, you know what I mean? And if that is something that holds you accountable, is knowing that everyone is looking at your KPIs, because I open your guys' photos and I look at what you're doing every day. And that's not because I'm your manager and I'm like, what didn't this person do or whatever, you know, like I'm not judging your KPIs, but I'm looking at what you guys are doing, so that if you ever come to me and say, hey, my enrollments are down, or hey, I'm not getting as many haps up as I would like to, I know exactly what to go to and be like, okay, well, you're not sending messages, so why are you expecting any haps to get up? Or you're not sending any messages, why are you expecting this? You know what I mean? Or, well, you're not posting every day, so the people that you're talking to don't think that you're serious about what you're doing, you know? So it's more just, again, for that accountability and to be able to, as leaders, look at and evaluate, and even just for yourself, like to have the KPI tracker to look at, you know, what am I doing every day for my business? And what am I not doing? What do I need to improve on? What could I double down on because I'm not seeing the results that I want to see, right? Like that's all for you. This is your business. This is your paycheck. It's not mine, and it's not your leaders, and it's not your downlines. So I just personally love it because it holds me, as all of your leaders, accountable. And it also, I really hope, shows you that not every day do I complete everything. And that's okay. There are some days where I'm not able to grow my network, but I did everything else. There are some days where I'm not able to, or it's a Sabbath day or whatever, and I work Instagram mainly, so I don't throw a post up. Okay, that's fine. But I know the consequences of what not putting a post up looks like. I know the consequences of not sending messages. So I just want you guys to use that however it works best for you. If you forget to send your pictures, I don't ever want you guys, when I feel like, when I'm pop in the chat and I'm like, hey, you know, there's 20 people in this chat and only a couple people are sending their pictures. That's not because I'm throwing shade at anyone. That's not because I'm like, oh, shame on you, you should be sending your picture. It's like, don't come to me telling me that your enrollments are not there, and don't come to me telling me you're not promoting when you're not doing the things, you know? So it really is exactly what it says as an accountability chat. And I want you guys to remember that it's there, and to use it accordingly, however it works for you. And if the KPI trackers don't work for you, honestly, I don't know what to say to that other than something that's super rude, but find something that works for you. Find a list, because ultimately we're all doing the same tasks every single day. I don't care what that looks like for you, right? It's just a matter of doing the dang thing or not. But like I said, I really want you guys to know that I don't do everything every single day. And there are some days where you'll also see that I send 200 messages and I double down and I went live and I did a reel and I did a TikTok and I did all the things. Like, for example, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this, Thanksgiving is coming up. When I know a holiday is coming up, you bet your bottom dollar that I'm spending time with my family, and I'm not gonna have my phone on me when I'm doing that, right? So what does that mean? And what does that look like for this week coming up? Well, that means that I need to double down, because I know I'm not going to be able to send that many messages that day, if at all. I know I'm not going to be able to put a million slides up on a story. So I'm prepping content, and I'm making sure that I have team page stuff ready to go. And I'm making sure that my schedule is set for the rest of the week so that my house is clean and I'm not stressed out about a million things. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm not stressed out about a million things. So when, like, as a business owner, you need to know the holiday is coming up and I don't want to work on a holiday, right? Like, drop a one in the chat if you're like, girl, I want my holiday. Okay, take your freaking holiday. You're a business owner. You get to do that if that's what you want. But do you understand the sacrifice of you taking a day off? Do you get what that means? Because when you take a day off, you have to know there's not new people getting added to your potential list. You're not getting haps up that day. You're not following up, right? So maybe all that you do that morning is get a post up, add to your story, and you're telling all of your potentials happy Thanksgiving. That's a really good way to stir the dust without feeling like you're following up again about the product or the opportunity. You're popping in their DMs. That's what all of this is about, right? It's just being present, being noticeable with people, okay? And also showing them that they're human. I guarantee you not a single one of your potentials wants to join a business where you're going to be pressured to work and to message and to step away from Thanksgiving dinner, right? Show people what the beauty of this is. I get to work in the morning in an hour time frame because that is the schedule that I set for myself. That is what I, as a business owner, get to decide. So work this in your favor and don't think of it as a chore, right? But use the accountability chat. Okay, another reminder is the book club. I'm really, really excited about this. Nat and I were talking the other day. I've just been feeling so distant from you guys, like, especially because we haven't really been doing these Zooms, and like, I have obviously just had a baby, and so I'm not like as active as I used to be. And again, that's a curve that I'm going through in my business, but I'm excited about the book club because I feel like it pulls all of us together, and I just love the like mastermind aspect of it. Like, I know you guys love doing these trainings, and I love preaching to y'all and like talking, don't get me wrong, but like, I also don't want to speak to hear my own voice, right? Like, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know ways that we can improve the team page. I want to know what you want to see more of. I want to know what you're struggling with. I want to know what's sucking in your life right now. I want to know what's going awesome too, right? And so the book club just gives me another way to connect with you, like leader to leader, and just collab. So we're doing The Way Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell. It's a tiny book. It's like literally $5 on Amazon. I'm pretty sure that you can like find free versions of it as well. Babe, you want his binky? Anyways, I'm really, really excited for it. And we do have like another little chat for that. So if you haven't been added to it yet, or you're watching this replay and you're like, dang, I want to be added to that, just text me and I'm more than happy to add you. But basically how it's going to work, and for those of you who are in it, and I've given you guys a little bit of a lowdown in the chat, but we are going to start today. We're going to do 1 chapter a week. So it's going to be, again, low key. It's not going to be super pressure of like finishing 6 chapters a day, right? Like none of that. But I want you to engage. Like if you're in it, you're in it. Okay. So like you're not just in a chat to like watch me talk about what I think. That's not what it's for. What it is for all of us to come together who are in the chat, read a chapter, and I want you literally taking notes. I don't care if you read 1 page a day for that chapter. Like take notes on what you're reading and be like, oh my God, this totally stuck out to me. Or wow, I've really been struggling with this week. And when I read this phrase or this sentence, it just like hit home for me because it put me in my place. Like that's what you'll find mostly in self-development is like, you're going to find the areas of your life or the areas of your thinking where you're kind of being selfish or where you're kind of like giving yourself too much credit. And sometimes you need to kick your own rear. And like, I don't know about you guys, but like, that's what it does for me is it kind of puts me in my place. And it reminds me that I need to be freaking grateful for the things that I have. And I need to strive for more. And when I feel down, it's because I'm so wrapped up in my own thoughts and I'm not thinking about serving anymore. I'm not looking at the people. I know, so cute. I'm like literally dying. He's like falling asleep on her chest and I'm ill. But sorry, I like got distracted by the thing. It's so cute. But you guys get my point. So I want you fully engaged or leave the chat. And there's no like hard feelings. I don't feel weird about that. You shouldn't feel weird about that. Like just leave. It's not a big deal. Don't be added to it. But if you're going to be in it, then please engage because we've done these before. And sometimes people just like don't engage. And I understand that you're like fearful to share your thoughts, but this is a safe place. This is a safe environment and you should feel comfortable because this is a family. And if you ever don't feel comfortable for any reason, that should be something that you come and talk to me about because that's not okay. You should always feel safe and comfortable to share your thoughts here. So please do because we want to hear from you. Okay, so the accountability chat, freaking use it. The book club, join. I want to hear from you. Nat and I were also talking about, and I know I'm like rushing, so if I'm talking too fast, just like cut me off. But Nat and I were talking the other day as well, and can we all just like give Nat some love in the comments because she has been my freaking rock through all of this. Like she has straight up shown up so much in the team page and provided so much value for you guys. It is not even funny. So let's just like love on her for a sec. But we were talking about the fact that some people just like don't post because they don't know what to post. And to me as a red, I'm like, excuse, like figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like we have umpteen amounts of trainings on how to post. We have so many freaking things in the team page on how to share your story. For me, there's no excuse. But I understand that some people just don't know what to write, you know? So I have a lot of distributors that text me and say, hey, can you help me with an opportunity post? And I'll make you send a draft and then I'm gonna like spruce it up for you. I'm more than happy to do that for anyone on this team, regardless of whether or not I personally enrolled you. So if you're ever struggling with a post idea, come to me, more than happy to do that with you. But there's also Telegram, okay, which I can't remember who started it. Do you remember, Nat?
Miranda Yanetsky.
Miranda. So Miranda runs it, and basically they'll put post ideas and story ideas in the Telegram. So basically you can just copy and paste it and like tweak it to sound like you and make it apply to your life. So again, there's no excuse. You should never not be posting, and I'm not gonna go like into all of that because I don't see a single person on here who's like super new. Every single one of you should know, like, we have to post every day, right? Like when we're messaging people and they come to our page, they need to know that we're serious about what we're talking about. I guarantee you, go to my page, you're gonna know that I'm in network marketing, right? So utilize that. So don't use the excuse of, oh, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to type. Okay, well, figure it out, sis. Get added to the Telegram app. Start watching top leaders. Like literally, you guys, do you think that I read every single one of my posts? Literally what I'll do sometimes if I'm having like a blank day or just like so exhausted, but I know I need to get a post up, is I will literally go to a top leaders page that I admire. I'll scroll through their Instagram and I'll screenshot like 12 posts. And then when a day comes up like that, I'll literally go to my screenshots in my phone, in my photos, and just rewrite it in my own words. So it doesn't necessarily need to be something that you're just like pulling out of your butt and posting every day. Like don't fix what ain't broke, right? And top leaders are showing you exactly what is working. So just copy the right cat and just do the things. But if you like are struggling with it or whatever, I also understand that, and you shouldn't feel flack for that either. Like sometimes we all have writer's block, and that's okay too. So just go into the Telegram app, and if you have no clue what I'm talking about, go into the team page, and I made a post about it. Comment on it and download the app, and Nat or I will add you. Okay, so that's nothing to like be ashamed of. I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, you're stupid if you don't know what to post. Not at all. Okay, not at all what I'm saying. But I am saying that there's no excuses, because we literally give you every tool in the book. And it is one thing that is like beating a dead horse for me when people tell me they don't know what to post. Okay, well then I'll help you, or go download the freaking app. Like it's not that hard, right? Okay. And then the other thing that I wanted to really encourage you guys to do, like, I don't know about you, drop a 1 in the chat if you feel encouraged when I call you out. Like when I call you out on a team page, or like I call Nat out on a Zoom, like, I'm sorry. You can sit here all day long and say that you don't like your horn being tooted, but like I'm finna toot your horn, okay?
No, but I really don't.
Shut up. Whatever. She's got to take it, because you know what? She's amazing. But no, I want to know if you guys like to be recognized. Do you like to be recognized when you are doing a good job? Like whether it be at your job or at school or as a parent or as a wife. Like I love it when Connor calls me out and he's like, oh my God, like thank you so much for doing that. That was amazing. Like dinner was so good, or whatever it is, right? We all like to hear that we're doing a good job. So when we post something, and Mackenzie's been amazing about this, and thank you so much, Mackenzie, for making this a priority to do every Saturday or Sunday. But we do like shout out Saturdays, or she did a shout out Sunday this week. So shout somebody out. It doesn't have to be on your downline. It doesn't have to be your upline. It doesn't have to be me. If you see somebody killing it on this team, shout them out. It feels good to be recognized, especially in this business, because it can be so lonely. We don't work in an office, you guys. We don't get to bullshit with our coworkers every day. So these Zooms and our accountability chats and those shout out threads are what essentially that is. That's our office. That's our collab place. That's where we get to come together and just like, dude, I freaking see you. And tell me how fired up you get when you see your name tagged and you're like, boom, I was so down and I did not want to work today, but I'm going to go send some messages anyways because somebody sees me. And I think that that's what this is all about, is like, it's so easy to get caught up in the monotony of sending 50 messages or getting my posts up or doing my follow-ups because I need X amount of volume. No, you are here to change lives. Get excited about it, right? So if you see somebody killing it, please, please, please shout them out on that thread. And, you know, even if it's yourself, you know, like, even if you're like, dude, I've been freaking killing it this week. I'm so proud of myself. Like, put that down because I want to cheer you on. I am your biggest cheerleader and I will be there on the sidelines every damn week for you. Okay. And side note, I don't want anyone to feel left out. If I don't ever tag you, or like, if I've only shouted you out once. Like, I see everybody, okay? Let's be super clear. Again, I look at your KPI trackers. I follow you guys on socials. I know who's working. I have all of your enrollments in my reports, okay? I know. I see it all. I'm like big brother, okay? So I don't need to shout everybody out every week, but I don't want anyone to feel left out. So just know that if I'm not shouting you out all the time, I still see you, boo. Keep rocking it, okay? But if I do shout you out, like, run for the freaking moon, because that means you're killing it, right? So shout people out. Okay, last but not least, I wanted to just remind you guys, and I'm going to share my screen really fast because I really want you guys to remember these announcements that Nat put in the team page, okay? So the 23rd through the 25th, anyone new or existing that spends $25 gets an additional $25 to spend in free product in December, okay? So you can look at the rules and regs, you can see who's eligible for it, you can see where, you can see when, like, it's literally all here for you. And she's incredible. She put sample messages for it. She put the loyal customer breakdown, like literally any of the information that you want to see or know about it, it's there, okay? Then we get cash bonuses. So again, Christmas cash. If you want to pay cash for Christmas or you need cash right now, like this should be everything that you are focused on right now. So every 2 customers that you personally enroll through the end of the month, right, Nat? I think it's through the end of the month, you get a $20 fast start. And those are paid out weekly. They say on Fridays, they get paid on Thursdays. So on Thursdays, weekly bonuses, if you are fast start qualified, this is really crucial. You have to be fast start qualified to be eligible for these. That means that you've earned your shopping spree. So you got your 6 customers, or depending on when you joined, your 4 customers, within your first 31 days, okay? Then, and I know I'm going over these really quickly, but you can read over the rules if you want, okay? So then the next 3 days, again, loyal customers can double their shopping money. So every $25 they spend, they're gonna get $25 back on a one-time order in December. Okay, that little tiny piece is very crucial also. It is not eligible for auto ships. They must use it on a one-time order, just like perk points, okay? So if they ask if it's on an auto ship, the answer is nada. Okay, plus if they take advantage of the pick 3 for $75, they're gonna get $75 back in promo codes to use for a future order. For gold status loyal customers, there's no limit. Can you believe that? So if they take advantage of 3 separate pick 3 orders, they're gonna get 3 separate cash backs to use in December. That is amazing. Our company has never done this before. That is literally like so much free product. It's not even funny. And last but not least, peppermint mocha got added to the pick 3 promotion. And I can't tell you guys how big of a game changer this is, because essentially what you can word this as, you want to get really good when it comes to deals like this with play on words. Okay, so when you see a deal like that, for example, the pick 3, that means they're going to get 3 boxes, okay, for $75. So how I would word that, and how I'm sure you've seen a lot of the stories and posts that people are putting up right now, is buy a month's supply, get a box free. Okay, that's how you're going to word it. So if you buy a month's supply of peppermint mocha with me, not only are you going to get an additional discount, you're going to be able to get for $75, okay, but you're also going to get a box for free. So those are the announcements this month. I'm pretty sure I went over everything. Again, I know I went really quickly, but this is recorded. I'm just trying to hurry so that in case Emmett needs me. Does anybody have any questions? Because I did want this to be kind of like a quick Q&A. So you guys can put it in the chat if you have any questions for me, or just like things that you've been wondering, or, you know, I don't know, anything. Can be life related, business related, whatever. One thing that I did put in the leadership chat earlier, and thank you, Jamie. She is always one of the people who actually freaking responds to me and gives me feedback, which is so huge, because when I ask a question, I'm not asking, again, to hear my own voice. I want to know your feedback. So I asked if it was helpful when I was doing, because right before I had Emmett, I was going live on the team page every single day, giving you guys content ideas for TikToks and Reels, okay? The reason that I'm doing this is because my haps have been low. I don't know about you guys, but haps have like been a dud for me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my mindset. I have no idea what it is. But haps used to like explode for me. And right now they're just like not as hot. That doesn't mean that I'm not getting it up. That doesn't mean that I'm not messaging for haps, okay? I am. Ooh, Sierra's killing the haps. I love seeing that. Okay, so, you know, like I'm not saying that they're not going up, but what I am saying is that we used to get thousands of haps up a month, and we're only getting a couple hundred right now. That's not a bad thing, and we should continue doing them, but it's not as hot, and that's okay. Things are evolving, okay? When I first started this business, things looked a lot different than they look now, okay? And that was only almost 3 years ago. Very different. We didn't even have skinny brew. Like literally keto coffee and the greens was the ish, okay? So what was my point? Oh, TikToks and Reels is the new thing. And I don't feel like they're replacing haps, but it is like literally what every top leader is screaming about right now, which they used to be screaming about every single month, every single training about HAPS. And now it's get on reels, get on reels, get on reels. And I'll tell you, when I go to Kelsey Thornton, Carrie Young, Jocelyn Yates, like go to any of their pages, go to any top leader, and they have so many freaking reels. I like literally don't even want to scroll down their page because it's all videos. And when I look at their views, they're getting thousands and thousands of views. Why? I want to know, why do you think that they're getting so many views on their reels versus their posts? And I'm not saying not to post. I genuinely want to know. For me, and there's not a right answer, you guys. I literally have no idea. My guess and what I've seen and what is the trend with social media is consistency. And it is putting content out there every single day. Okay. The more content that you put up, the more engagement that you are having, the more you're going to receive. So when we talk about things like, and especially with reels, you guys, it is so fresh to Instagram. It doesn't have a huge set algorithm yet, which means you are going to reach such a broader cold market than if you just put a post up. If you put a post up, maybe 1 to 3% of your followers is going to see it. When you put a reel up, everybody, especially if you're public, is going to see it. And obviously not 100%. That's not what I'm saying. But like literally so many more people are going to see it. So we'd kind of be naive not to listen, right? So when I'm watching these trainings and I'm taking notes about what I can improve on in my personal business, it's TikToks and Reels right now. So we as a team need to make that the new standard. We need to make that what's popping, okay? We need to make it so that when people go to our pages, just like when we go to Jocelyn Yates' page, it's a million videos, okay? One thing that I wish that they knew, and I literally like want to tell all of the top leaders this because it drives me nuts, just because like aesthetic appealing things are like really important to me. I wish they freaking knew how to remove it from their profile grid, and it drives me nuts, okay? So when you post something to your Instagram, you can remove it from your 9 square. So when someone goes onto your Instagram page, the very first thing that they're gonna see is your bio, your profile photo, and the first 9 photos that you have posted. That is why we talk about all the time having a preset, making sure that your following is below your followers, making sure you have a clear profile photo that is of you, right? We want the same thing with those 9 photos, really clear photos, good quality, good filters, a preset, right? A cohesive page. But we also don't want like videos of you like this and like talking on your page, right? So what you can do is in the top in the top right hand corner, there's 3 little dots. If you click that, and it's not for photos, this is just for like reels or IGTVs that you post, there's an option to remove from profile grid. So what I do is when I post an IGTV, the next day I go on and I remove it from my profile grid, because that is what people are looking at when they decide to follow you. That is what people are looking at when they are going to your page to see what you're about, right? And so I want it to be really clear on my page what I'm doing and what things are and all that kind of stuff. So I wish they hit it, is my point. But even if you don't, that's okay, do them. So going back to my original point is I asked in the leadership chat if that was beneficial for you guys. Jamie said, yes, I happen to believe that she is not the only person that these were beneficial for. And she said exactly what I was assuming was, I haven't posted a single TikTok or a reel, and not to call you out, this is totally okay. But I haven't posted one since you haven't done one. And I was like, exactly, because and as a leader, like your team is going to be doing what you're doing. And when I show you guys what's working, you implement it. So if I'm not doing something, you're not doing it either. And frankly, I don't expect you to, okay? So that's totally fine. So what I want to start doing is doing that again. So I want to know in the chat if that would be beneficial for you guys. Do you want me to go live when I am putting up a TikTok and a reel, which is going to be damn near every day? I'm not going to say every day because I don't want to kick myself, but damn near every day, I am going to do that and to post them, and I'll show you how I'm making them, and I'll show you how I'm finding certain sounds or whatever. Because again, I think a lot of it is people just don't know what to post. So you're like, oh, I need to do a reel, but I don't know what kind of reel to do, right? So I'm taking all of the guesswork out of that. Okay, I'm seeing yeses. That's great. Okay, so I will do that. I've already written out, and just to give you guys like an idea, I don't spend a lot of time creating content. Like literally what I do, I create this little list Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is what I'm going live about. This is what my IGTV is going to be about. This is my TikTok and Reel for the next 4 days. And this took me 5 minutes to make. If you're spending more than 20 minutes on figuring out your content for the next week, you're spending way too much time and you think you're doing something income producing that you're not. Create the content, okay? This doesn't make you money. Actually posting it makes you money, okay? So just remember what you're doing. But do this. If you don't know what to do, do it. But I've got content for you guys and for us for the next week. So keep an eye on the team page for me going live or different posts that we put up or whatever, because I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I'm doing. So if that's something that you want to hop on the bandwagon with, which I highly suggest you do, just pay attention for those, okay? And okay, I want to talk about Sabbath again because we haven't talked about it in a while. This is a controversial topic. Some leaders have other opinions than I do, okay? I've gone back and forth with this for years, okay? I've been in the company for almost 3 years now, and for 2.5 years of that, I did not believe in Sabbath days, okay? I felt like if you weren't working enough during that week, giving yourself a day off is kind of like shooting yourself in the foot. Do I still kind of believe that? Yes. Do I also believe that we all need to rest to be more productive throughout the week? Yeah. Okay. So what does a Sabbath day look like for me? What does that mean for me? Again, every person that you talk to is going to be different. Some people legitimately do take the whole day off. I physically cannot do that because my anxiety will make me throw up with the fact that I didn't work my business that day. Okay. So what that means for me is getting up a post. Okay. Like literally 9.99999 times out of 10, I'm always getting a post up that day. If I don't, it's intentional for my algorithm with Instagram. But getting my post up, team value. You can never drop the ball on your team. I don't care who or what you are. You cannot drop the ball for your newbies. If you're unavailable, send them to me. And I don't care if it's freaking Thanksgiving, I'm responding to them. Okay. That's just my mentality. I just don't leave anybody in the dark. I don't appreciate when that's done to me. So I'm not going to be doing that to my team. Okay. So team value, getting a post up, adding to my story, because I'm sorry, but I drink my skinny brew every morning anyways. So it's like not an extra thing for me. I'm already making it. It's just putting the camera up or not. Right. So my story. So it looks like I'm active on social. What I don't do is I typically don't send new messages that day. And I typically don't grow my network that day. You know, that's really just messaging people back if I'm on my phone kind of a thing. Self-development is absolutely non-negotiable every single day. So I listen to my self-development even on my Sabbath days. But that's pretty much it. Like on my Sabbath, I really just like get stuff up and then kind of put it down for the day. But my whole point was, if you feel like you need to take a day off, set yourself a date and put it down. Like really pick a date right now. Pick a date that maybe it's Thanksgiving. Let's say Thanksgiving is going to be your first Sabbath day. So what you need to know and what you need to prepare yourself for is, what are the days leading up to your Sabbath day going to look like? You need to double down on your messages at some point during the week because you're not going to be sending them that day. You need to double down on growing your network one day because you're not going to be doing it that day, right? So it's okay to take a day to breathe, but you're not taking your foot off the gas. And those are two very different things. Do you guys get what I'm saying? We drop a 1 if you like, or like yada da, sister, I got you. But I really had a different perspective, and I think it set the wrong tone for my team when I first started, because I was really against like taking a day off. I'm like, no, you don't take a day off. Like, what do you mean? You know, like this is so easy. We got to go. But then I started to realize, you know, that you are more productive and you will have so much better conversations and you'll be more excited if you just allow yourself to take the freaking day to breathe. Like, I can't tell you how much I've had to train myself to be able to do that, because with my anxiety, I just like literally can sit still for less than 5 minutes. And I feel guilty. Like, I beat myself up if I don't work my business. So I sleep better at night, knowing that I've doubled down, knowing I did the things leading up to that I needed to do. Okay. So I think that's all. I'm sweating. I need to literally change my shirt. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. But I hope that helped. I know that wasn't really like a training, but I just wanted to like see you guys, say hi, let you know how I'm feeling, let me know what my plan is, talk about all those reminders and everything. So basically what I'm working on this week is buckling down on the TikToks and Reels, showing up for you guys a little bit more in the team page, making sure that I'm checking my KPI list off, and then just prepping myself for success come Thanksgiving, because holidays are crazy, but it's also some of the best times that I've had in my business. Like, y'all, 2 years ago, Thanksgiving, Christmas was like popping, okay? Because actually it was last year, because that's when TFX came out. And TFXX just hit the market. We have the peppermint mocha. Okay, so when we have new product launches like this, you gotta take advantage of it. Every single person that you've talked to about keto coffee is getting a follow-up about this peppermint mocha. And I can't tell you how many people have been so excited. I had a girl actually today who we had talked about keto coffee a long time ago. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't know you had peppermint mocha. I get paid on Friday. Like, I want to order some. And I was like, well, I'll save my discount for you, but when they're gone, they're gone. So you're going to get like 3 months supply. And she plans on ordering a 2-month supply. So I'm really excited about that, but spread the word, be excited. Yay. Oh my God, Jamie. She said the reel I posted today before this got 1,000 views already. Not business related, unfortunately. That's not unfortunate. Okay, here's the other thing, and I'll tell you guys this. It doesn't always have to be business related. Like, you'll see some of the IGTV videos that I've put up recently are like recipes that I've made that are easy. People want to know who you are and what you're about. And I had a distributor message me the other day, like, I want to get better at branding myself. And I told her branding yourself comes a lot from what you're posting. So like, I don't just post business stuff in my story. I don't just post business posts. I don't just post business TikToks or Reels. So that's actually great. Kudos to you. And I'm so excited that you're getting views. So let's boost our engagement by engaging with other people and just showing up consistently in our content, putting things out there and showing people what we're about. Okay? I love you guys. I know that was winded. I'm sweating, and I'll talk to you guys later.